time for another edition of your Healthy Dose, your weekly capsule of health information. And joining us this morning is Christina McDowell, a team member from Hannibal Regional Hospital. Thanks for coming by, Christina.
Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate it. We're talking about breastfeeding, which has been a topic, and as a matter of fact, it's been in the news quite a bit as of late for people who kind of get upset because mom is giving her child what the child needs in public and otherwise. But let's first talk about why is it that more and more studies say breast milk is good for babies?
Well, breast milk is really the perfect nutrition that a baby can get. Mom's body gives baby everything that they need for the first 6 months. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends for 6 months they just get exclusively breast milk, and then we start to do some introducing of solids, but it gives them support for their immune system. Actually, mom's immune system is passed on to babies. She sort of lends it to baby per se, and they both take advantage of all the bacteria she's been exposed to. She provides protection for her baby. So we have that aspect to keep them healthy. We also see a huge reduction in ear infections, upper respiratory tract infections, huge decrease in sudden infant death syndrome in breastfed babies. And it can also protect them from childhood cancers.
Interesting. So baby actually is a healthier baby if it's breastfed.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think all parents out there want their baby to be the healthiest that they can.
Oh, sure.
And one of the huge things that we look at is support for breastfeeding. And we know that good support makes a huge difference. And so that's one thing that we are really passionate about at Hannibal Regional Hospital. We have a support group that meets twice a week, every week, Mondays at 5 and Wednesday mornings at 10 o'clock. And it's just a time where moms can get together and share stories and know that what she's doing is really good for her baby, possibly get some more information, and know that there's other moms out there that if you have a little struggle here and there, that's normal. It's a normal part of life, and she can get through it with some great support.
Yeah, my wife went through those groups when we had our children, and she developed relationships as she has to this day, because you find people with such similar interest as you, and people who really want to do the healthiest things for their family.
Exactly.
And not only is breastfeeding healthy for the baby in that manner, just for overall health, but then the bonding in that takes place is just incredible.
Yes, absolutely. Mom and actually at Hannibal Regional Hospital, from the first moment that baby's born, that bonding starts, because babies go skin to skin with mom, just so they're right on mom's chest, dad's right in there with them, getting to know the baby, and we can do all of our assessment, make sure baby is doing fine while that baby is right there with the mom. So the parents love that. They get to look at their child and get to know them right from the beginning, instead of us, taking them away somewhere else. So we can make sure baby's doing okay there, and then the babies stay with their families in the room for the entire stay. It really gives us an opportunity to teach them what the baby's doing, how the baby's showing them that they want to eat. And that's a great thing from a security perspective. Baby's safe with you. And infection control. We're not exposing these babies to anything that other visitors or families are carrying around. They're just right in the room with baby, or with their family.
What do you say to expectant mothers and their families too? I mean, it goes to grandparents and spouse and everything who needs to be in support of this. What do you say to encourage them to breastfeed?
Well, I think one thing that's really helpful to them is just knowing that we are there to answer their questions. We have a wonderful breastfeeding class that just, while they're still pregnant, they can come, learn about, and ask questions about what they feel like may be their biggest obstacles. We can give them additional reading information and really up-to-date information. There's a lot of great research going on with breastfeeding right now. So they can take that information to their family and really, just say to them, we want the healthiest baby possible. It really doesn't matter what's happened in the past or other people's experiences. I want to do this for this baby, and I really need your support and backing. And then with these other resources involved, I think they have a really good shot at it.
So let's say you make that decision to breastfeed. How long should you with the child till they reach what age? And then also, how much can you? How socially acceptable is it, and how much available space is there for you to do that?
Great question. For the first 6 months, all babies need is breast milk. We don't have to give them any additional waters, foods, anything like that. At about 6 months, we start to introduce some salads so they can kind of eat with the family, introduce those other nutrients, and they sort of get to know about other foods. And the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends at least until 12 months babies are breastfed, and then after that, as long as mom and baby mutually desire. So there's no upper limit on the benefits of breastfeeding. And mom, by Missouri state law, Illinois state law, and many other states have laws that mom can breastfeed anywhere that she's allowed to be, any public place, with as much discretion as she can. And most moms are very private about breastfeeding, but you really shouldn't have to be. You're feeding your baby. It's the nature's way of feeding your baby, completely organic, and it's just a wonderful thing for her and the child and the entire family. So we really shouldn't restrict where that baby gets fed.
So let's say mom runs into complications. She's postpartum. She's struggling mentally. She's got pain. She's got things going on. You've got support for that as well. You've made the decision to breastfeed. Now we can help you through the process.
Absolutely. We can give a lot of answers to breastfeeding questions and kind of get her back on track if she's experiencing some discomfort or problems with the baby latching. So those things are available. You can call the hospital, which our unit number is 573-248-5161. The most direct way to contact us is on our breastfeeding warm line. It's a wonderful thing, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365. We get calls, Christmas morning, in the middle of the night, whenever, because those questions come up all the time. And so they call our breastfeeding warm line and talk to someone who can give them the answers they need. That number is 573-406-2122. And it is, it'll either be myself answering or our other lactation consultant, Diane Bibb. And in addition to just those answers about breastfeeding, positioning, latch, things like that, you brought up a good point about being overwhelmed, tired. All new moms or each subsequent child brings up new challenges. And so we like to provide a lot of support for that, problem solving as far as, what can the other children be doing while you're breastfeeding the baby? How can you get dinner on the table? How can you get other things done? And just that kind of problem solving and support and saying, this is completely normal, you're doing everything right, remember you're doing the best thing for your baby, is something we can offer too. Definitely.
And you can even coach them through, here's how you can go back to work and still breastfeed as well.
Absolutely. Years ago it was extremely difficult to maintain lactation when you went back to work. But now employers are required to give sufficient time and space other than a bathroom for a mom to pump. We do a lot of talking about pumping and returning to work in our breastfeeding class, and we offer that support as mom needs to go back to work, whether it's at 2 weeks or 12 weeks. We can problem solve that with her. Wonderful pumps available, and actually on Monday it was released in the news that those breastfeeding supplies needed to maintain lactation are going to be covered with no copay.
Really?
Starting August of 2012. So that's a wonderful advance for breastfeeding also.
And you can freeze breast milk. there's a lot of things that you can do to
Absolutely.
make sure that the baby's receiving while you're not there.
Yes, it can be kept in the refrigerator, freezer. Actually, room temperature for the latest research is showing up to 10 hours. So
really?
Okay.
Yeah, it has live cells in it, gobble up that bacteria if it makes it in there, and there's really no significant change in bacteria during that period. So, but it can be kept in a deep freeze for up to a year.
Wow, awesome. What a great thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can add it to coffee too.
Hey, if you desire.
I made a mistake once, but you know what? It wasn't too bad.
I think the biggest thing for us at Hannibal Regional Hospital is we've recognized that it's our responsibility to promote health from the very beginning, and that starts with breastfeeding. And so we went down the road of becoming a baby-friendly hospital so that we could make the commitment to ourselves and the community that we were going to promote, protect, and support breastfeeding. And that is it's obvious in all of our care. We don't do anything to separate mom and baby. We want to do the absolute best thing we can to start that breastfeeding relationship and not interfere with it at all.
All right. And you're with the Chris Coons Women's Care Center.
Yes, yep, at Hannibal Regional Hospital. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Christina.
Christina, again, the number to call for more information, 573-406-5161 or 5170.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Or if you want the other hotline,
The breastfeeding
it's
warm line, yes.
573-406-2122.
Yes, and leave a message if we can't get to you. We do have to, go out and do things every once in
sure.
a while. So
Yeah,
we will
you've got
give
a
you a
life.
call back, yes.
All right. And you can get more information, hrhonline.org.
Wonderful.
All right,
Thank
Christina,
you so much.
thank you very much. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend. And that's going to do it for this edition of Your Healthy Dose, brought to you by Hannibal Regional Hospital and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.